Actually, let me double check real quick. I'm pretty sure today is a free day, but always good to be sure. Anyways, plan for today's stream is essentially I'm gonna stream a little bit. I have a decently long trip tomorrow, and I felt like it would just be fun to play a little bit of Peak before I have to get ready. Yep, and it was a free day. Alright, so welcome to my stream. Oh, hello Pebbles. Nice to see that you're streaming. Peak! Hi, Boop. Hi, Spaghetti. Yeah, hi, Boop. Man, hi, Blue. Nice seeing you after a while. It's always nice having these little check-ins every so often. Oh, and a small note for most of the people here. If you usually watch me around this time, tomorrow I'm probably going to be streaming real late, so I will be missing you tomorrow, but that's okay. It's fine. I'll figure something out. How are you doing? I actually feel a lot better than yesterday, which is good. But yeah, today went by really, really quick. In fact, I feel like I just woke up and now I'm here. I really want to do the night is cold. It's kind of boring. I'll do Ascent 4, just to do it a little bit more interesting. Yeah, and that was just to answer your question as well, Blue. Kind of just merge both your and Boop's question together. That's good. Glad to hear you're doing better. And I agree, work went by super quick. I just finished cooking dinner for the family. I like how most of the time when people are like, you know, the day went by really quickly, everyone around them is like, you're right, it did go by quickly. Hello. Hey, Sidra. I still have the plans for Wednesday, by the way, in case you were wondering. I just wanted to see what my schedule was looking like, because I didn't have a full idea. Today was so insanely slow. Well, look at you having to be different. That's good. I felt really bad about the stream yesterday. You sounded tired of Danny's World. Or tired in general. I was a little bit tired, and to be honest, I am going to be instantiating a rule that Danny's World has to be restricted a little bit for open streams. It is like the only game that gets selected for open streams. And I want to give other things a chance. Peak! Yes, it is Peak, Henry. Ow. How many achievements left? 4. 2 of them I can do by myself. The other 2 I need a friend. That's why I didn't suggest it yesterday, because I figured you were tired of it. Yeah. The only reason that convinced me to play it was the fact that Ocean said he'd never played it before and that he wanted to try it out. And he did not have much time, and I was like, alright, you know what, I'll put aside my own feeling for a little bit and I'll just play the game. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, you can tell me about your conspiracy theory? Oh, yes. The non-Windigoon conspiracy theory. What is this game? This is Peak? Yes. That is the game. You climb mountain. I got 2 left. Both need another person to get. Haha. So clearly what that's going to mean is that today I'm going to get both the aeronautics achievement and the endurance badge achievement. So that way we can be on even playing field. Right? Right. Okay, I get it, it's Peak, but what is the game? You climbed a mountain. You know how, like, gambling apps specifically for sports and sports teams exist? Oh, are you going to talk about, like, insider trading? Well, yeah, that's a very well-known fact. Or, like, Kalshi, which I think is about trading on futures. It's so easy to just exploit people if you know what it's going to be ahead of time anyway. Posture check, let me fix that. Yeah, but, like, what's the game? I've told you multiple times, Pebbles. What... The game is that you have to go and you have to, I don't know, do 20 push-ups. You have to turn off the stream and go be productive. That's what the game is. If you're gonna keep giving me answers like that.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
Water.
I don't need it. I don't need
Wait, what does
it.
insider trading mean? The best way to explain it, let's say you're a CEO of a company, and you know that the expense report for this company is going to be really, really good. So what you decide to do is you decide to buy all your stocks at a low price, and then you release the report, and it turns out it's doing really well, so the prices go up. You're not supposed to do that if you have that kind of information, because you have a huge advantage over normal people who do not. I'm curious as to what this does. Well, I can see your message in the activity feed. That's pretty much it. No, not that. Okay. You climb and try not to die, basically. True. Just like real life. Baguette. Hi, hello. I got 6.7k whoopsies. It's actually really hard to lose whoopsies, and I designed that intentionally. Also, it's like a common theory that a lot of sports games are scripted, or at least partially or fully. Yeah, I've heard that conspiracy theory, too. I'll let you continue before I give my 2 cents, because I do know of a few examples in which that's very true. There's a good way to get rid of some whoopsies. Give a good wisdom. A good wisdom I want to bestow upon today. The best way to meet like-minded people is to just be yourself. If you pretend to be somebody who you're not to a new group of people, then they're gonna view you as the person you're pretending to be. It's gonna make it real awkward when you gotta be like, hey guys, I actually know nothing about sports. So what if gambling apps and companies play sports teams to act a certain way so that the way lose less money for people betting on the app? And that's my theory, is jazz hands. I mean, there is a possibility it could be true. Like, I know, for example, that I think it was... Who was it for basketball? I think it was like a Portland Trail Blazers either coach or manager bet on games and purposely threw some of them to get more money. Make that 4,987 bad wisdoms. Let's go! You just get knocked out for 10 seconds? Yes. Something... I had to take care of something real quick. I had to mute. Yeah, but like on a bigger scale. And then the evil businessmen in their big high tower, because of course that's where they stand, try to mess over the common people because they're evil. Not because they want money, but just because they feel like doing it. And then they shake hands. Because that's what business people do. Also, I do not know a lot about sports nor gambling, so I'm probably not completely correct. No, there's a good reason to be skeptical, Boob. The problem would be if, like, you take your theory and you're like, it must be true because brain thought of it. Just do this and not die. Is that what I sound like? No, that's not what you sound like. I know you're just proposing something. I'm not trying to say that you're taking it super seriously. Okay, yeah. Give a bad wisdom. Always take the bets with the highest, like, chance of return. You'll always get your money back. And then even more. Just keep it bet related today. Anyways, that's my conspiracy theory. Sadly, I do not have a conspiracy theory for you today. That's how I should start streams from now on. I just come up with conspiracy theories. The government is bad. Moon landing was an inside job or something. True. Those evil people at NASA wanted to fake going to the moon. They use Stanley Kubrick and the visual effects of the early 60s, which is very well known for looking very realistic and good. I'm not even sure that today they could create a realistic looking moon landing. That would be interesting if someone actually tried to do that. There's heavy proof that the moon landing was safe. You mean real? That's interesting if you're using the word safe instead of real. I have one conspiracy theory I've had since I was 10 is that tissues were made to be dusty so you blow your nose more. Interesting. It was all the aliens that gave NASA ChatGPT. That's where ChatGPT came from. It makes sense. It was alien technology. And Elon Musk is a reptilian. Why else does he say weird stuff on Twitter and also talk about his ex-wife constantly? And that's also why he fakes being a gamer. For being the top of Path of Exile and Diablo. Don't insult reptilians. I'm not insulting actual reptiles. Actual reptiles are cool, but, you know, reptiles that pretend to be humans, not cool. Not a big fan of those guys. I'm gonna have a cookie. I meant to say there's heavy proof that the moon landing was fake. Okay, such as it. What is your example, Pebbles? I have to know. If you're gonna say that it's because the flag moved, I'm gonna I'm gonna laugh. Please tell me that's not your evidence. You see, when the astronauts put the flag on the moon, why it act like air, and it like move? Why it do that? Do you have a conspiracy theory you believe in, Stevie? Well, besides like obvious ones, like the Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself one. I think I mean, unless you're gonna do a funny thing like JFK that his head just did that, it's very likely there's something suspicious going on there. Even more so with the fact that politically, every person that's touched the Epstein files is like, we cannot let this come out. I do not care if it makes us look all super guilty. Whatever you do. Start talking about, I don't know, the last football game, anything. Let's see, what other conspiracy theories? JFK just got really tired, man. Yeah, he just had enough of the presidency. They're going to the moon and they did an interview. And in the interview they said they had absolutely no contact to the Earth while there. And then is your conspiracy theory that there was one person who said that they did have contact with them? My god. This blows the lid wide open. Those are the basic normal ones. Give me the controversial ones. I cannot even think of really any conspiracy theories right now. Not any good ones. Just start listing someone. I'll tell you if I have evidence or anything. I'm gonna beat you up. I'm not trying to demean you or like get rid of your entire ideology, but like if you're gonna fervently believe in something, you should at least want to be challenged. Because it's more fun to try and prove yourself wrong as opposed to proving yourself right. It's oh so easy to prove yourself right. Got 6 papers. The government. Brew, the government is a conspiracy theory. It's actually just a secret organization to launder money. And get those who get into power rich. Oh wait, that's also a common basic one. That's true. Oh wait a minute, there might be people on TikTok. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, TikTok people. I may have been ignoring you this entire time. This is like the 3rd time this has happened, by the way. Uh, I have. I'm sorry, Wimpy loyal fan and water bottle. I am so sorry. I've been neglecting you. I take the government as a bunch of swans. Well, if it was swans, that'd be cool because that's a good band. Government, yes. You came onto a TikTok stream today in order to learn about why the government's bad. Now that's a good use of Chinese spyware, which I think is presumably. I don't know. I've not looked into it. What's rock, paper, scissors? I choose rock. The animal spiggy? Yes, I knew you talked about the animal. I want to get out of the basement. But you have to ask permission first. And you also gotta make sure you still pay rent. The tropics. Also, fun fact, not a single balloon. Also, I love the fact, statistically, I get more viewership on TikTok when I'm not reading the chat on TikTok. Fun fact that I learned today. I wonder what that means. Posture check? Oh, thank you. That looks like about 50 meters, but I'm not sure that's the full. I can just full send it with a lollipop and see what happens. Biggie, can I? TikTok chat got nothing on Twitch, trust. Definitely. I love when the chats all vie for my attention. It's funny. Oh dear. Does that count as 50 feet? I sure hope so. I'd be. Is VR? This is not VR. If this was VR, if I got hit in the head or I got knocked out, the amount of motion sickness would be incredible. It actually might cause people to throw up. This is just a normal game. Just in first person. Yep, did not get the achievement. The game name is Peak, by the way. You should do a COD stream with other people's voice turned up, and we can hear them. Oh, you're talking about, like, the people in the lobby? Wow, you get a lot of insults. Generally not ones that most streaming platforms prefer nor like. Like a gamer. And other assorted words. Also, if you really wanted to hear those words explicitly, you should have just suggested Rust. Perhaps Mordhau. Maybe League. But that would only be people typing it, which is even sadder. No, that's probably a bad idea. It's a good idea. Or go on Kick. Oh, Kick. I love that platform. This streaming site made by a casino. My beloved. Where are you going? I don't know. Where's anybody going in life? I'm going to the top of the peak. Oh, there's even better apps for that. I think Rumble is an even worse version of Kick. Because, like, if you get kicked off of YouTube, then you go to Rumble, and you get, like, no ad money, because it's... You're going to your brother's house for his birthday tomorrow? Oh, nice. Hopefully you have a nice day with him. Could be fun. Hopefully I've not just cursed you and you come back and you're like, it was horrible. Why did you say that? Casino? Yes, Kick is run by a casino. Essentially. It gets a lot of its funding from online gambling. In fact, the reason it was started is because Twitch started getting more lenient on gambling. Getting 300 miniature turtles for his birthday. Exactly 300. By the way, I still haven't finished your plan. It's just turning into an Avenger from GTA 5. Wrong. It's not from GTA 5. It's from GTA Online, silly. You have to be more correct. After I give him 250 miniature ducks. So that means he's turning 300 years old within a year. That's good. Can you explain the health bar to me? Of course. So essentially, the health bar is both your stamina, so it's the way that you climb, and it also represents different statuses. The brown, I guess that's what color you could call that, represents the stuff that I have on my back, and the yellow bar represents hunger. If I take fall damage, it'll be red, and that means essentially what those take up is it means I cannot have maximum amount of stamina. So you're playing a game where you want to bring a ton of stuff with you and minimize your status effects. But you also want to bring stuff with you. So that means that you have to try to travel somewhat light. He's turning 15, 1,000 years old. Good. Lots of bad wisdom. To rename myself to that. Ow. And you see that poison represents me not paying attention. I just had the irresistible urge to do a flip. Because fun fact, for the flip emote in this game, there's like a 50% chance you just flop. And it's funny. You're a comedy. Absolutely not. Skill issue, not gonna lie. True. Whenever the streamer does anything bad or like dies, just say skill issue and you're vindicated. Do a flip. Oh. I succeeded. I did the flip. Henry's just the demon in my ear. I'll say do a funny idea and Henry's just immediately yes. Yay. And so actually let me test this again because I'm 90% sure if you do an emote before you do a backflip, then you always do the backflip correctly. I think that's a bug that they just never patched. That's not how it's supposed to operate. Because I'm not falling over. If you do backflip normally, just hold on a sec. Sometimes that happens. That's very funny. Side note, it'd be funny for while playing Peak, we can spend oopsies to force you to do a flip. It's like I put an actual like macro in the game that forces me to do a flip. That's a really good idea. I'm gonna write that down. Write that down, write that down. Please Twitch, I stole streamer spaghetti. You did not. Gives dashing $50. Yo, you said that. No, nobody said that. You said that. Peak, whoopsie, flip, redeem. You're so gymnastics, I know. Was it me? True, it was not you. Probably Henry, you should follow his idea, not gonna lie. But like, if I give you $50, then you have to give me $50 on my birthday, and then I have to give you $50, and that's just like an endless cycle. So honestly, I think you should just give me the 50 and call it even. How do I get up here? Maybe I have to go over here. Over here. Yeah, this looks like a better path. Excuse me. Not what I wanted to do, but that works. But like, you are employed. You say that like it's a bad. You have job. No.
I don't need it.
Drink water. I'll do that in a second.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
Here goes my extra stamina. Oh, also, speaking of the health bar, sometimes if I eat enough food, I'll have extra stamina at the bottom. That just means I can climb up more, but it should pretty much only be used for emergencies. Oh, there's a water reading. Having a job in the Great 26 is respectable. Spending these points is so awesome, I've been missing out on TikTok. Well, I have to make TikTok or not TikTok, Twitch the best experience. This area seems difficult. Oh, Dina. I think that's what your name is. Oh boy, just you wait until you see some of the areas in this game. This is one of the easier areas, actually. I admire that you think that this is difficult. Also not exactly speed running. I'm kind of just taking my leisure time. Okay, I need to go back down because I do not have enough stamina. I need a cookie. It's so easy. I'll just finish off the cookie box. That way I have extra stamina. Ooh. Hello. Go uppy. Do I use my extra stamina? I forgot. A little bit. I'm gonna give everyone a big old hug. That's my response to that. Either make it or you don't. True, everything's a 50-50 if you reduce it to its most simplistic parts. Like, no way up here. Do I do a funny? I already know what one of your answers is going to be, so of course I do. Oh, the milk. Ah, that was a waste. I should have pressed the same button over again. If your name is Daisy, it's confirmed that you like daisies. So that's why they're called that. Huh. There we go, that's what I was trying to do. That explodes, and that would probably knock me off the mountain, or that gives me poison. Hard to remember. Okay, watch me find love. Live. You mean life one day? Hopefully you do. I like how that's when people talk about that, they talk about it like it's a fictional concept. People be like, I've never been in a relationship and I feel sad, but they'll never actually do anything to try and change it sometimes. I know it's hard, but it's difficult. I leave the stream and it's the first thing I see on my For You page. It's a sign that you need to leave. You need to escape. I'm clearly just trying to scam you. Okay. Do I try to do something cool? I try to do something cool. Oh. Ow. Oh, that was not nearly as cool as I thought it was gonna be. Everyone tries to get a huge flower pot with tons of flowers for me. People named Rose like roses and the rock must like paper. I mean rocks. I'm essentially back to where I started. Huh. Poison! Here. Maybe this is slightly different. That seems better. What is that vine? why do be stressed about not having a relationship, but like everyone here is toxic. But it's not. You have to be. The way that I've always viewed it is that you have to be comfortable with yourself, primarily, before you even start trying to do things like that. I'm done. Everyone is toxic. True. For people who do not know, toxic is somebody who very often comes into the streams. A little less often recently, if they're doing okay, but yeah, they're fine. Oop. Which question of the day, did y'all drink water? Yes. My 6th peak sense. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna use extra stamina to get up here. Go. Toxic hope he appears. Or fear if I should just returned. Wow, you're so high up. Good ASMR. Rin has my back now, it's foggy. Okay, I'll try not to look down. It's too awkward for some reason. How do I describe that? I did it! Ooh, these are fun. You know why? Because they do that. Another great dashing cannot do that. Well, sometimes dashing, part of it is just realizing that the people that you're talking to, they're people too. They have interests, they have all sorts of things. Just try to talk about something and just be yourself. Try to talk about something they have a similar interest with, or just, I don't know. Or we just do something basic, talk about music, I don't know, the weather. People have to start from somewhere, and sometimes you're not always going to be perfect starting something. You have to learn to make a few mistakes. And by mistake, I do not mean like doing really dumb things. I mean like trying and learning what did not work. Also, you may want advice from somebody else, because I'm not the best in that department. I'll be very for real with you. The most for real. You're better than most. Thank you for using the right your. I was about to comment on that too. Can I... Trying not to look down. Hard, though. Am I just stuck up here? Is this my fate? There's more luggage. Okay, that might provide me a way to get up by EP so I can't sail up. I just wanted to stop by. No, thank you, Starbreak. Enjoy going to sleep. Strange, what's your name? I'm nobody. You know, sometimes reading TikTok makes me wonder, what happened? Now there's always a way out. I hope you're not meaning what I think you're meaning. Yeah, there's like no vine over there. Because I have no climbing tools, I need that flare. Reaching the peak. There's a box up here that I really need. Do I think I can jump over here? I'm gonna take damage as soon as I go up there, so that's probably not a possibility. That is not gonna be an option. EP Berry. Also, I was watching TV with like milk turkey plushies on X-Men. Do not punt it. That is bad. Do not that. Can I climb this while it's damaging me? I can. Okay, never mind. I found an option. It's gonna hurt though, but it's gonna work. And I'm good. I would have died if I did not do that. Sing the words of brothers, we got company, and they made grave mistakes. Rest of the epic fans, I cannot. I will not be doing that today. I am... It's a very interesting request, but alas, I will not be doing that. Yep, truly am back in my old ways again. Aw. It's okay. You can get somebody else to sing it for you, hopefully. I'm not exactly the singing type, unless it's occasionally with the music I'm listening to on Spotify. That's not gonna work. I'm not really getting a lot of good options here. Okay, I can hope that there's like... No, but there's not gonna be a base there. Okay, there's no cliff there. Is there a cliff here? Not enough. This rotation is just rough for me. Some of these are just really bad for the way that I play. Ow. So I can use the thorns to get up, but it just kind of hurts. A lot. Okay, I'm gonna try to get there. Well, I kind of have to wait for my stamina to get back, so I guess swig break. Not referring to the Midwestern, like, cream soda restaurant, if any of you have ever heard of that before. But the... taking a swig of water. Wabder. Yeah, Wabder. But if I equip the balloon, I'm not going to get the aeronautics badge. No balloon. Wait, can I stand on this? How can I stand on this? Also, being for real for a second, don't talk about messing with plushie. I imagine Boop understands. They're just being silly. I cannot believe I'm talking about the politics of a plushie right now. We will not stand this aggression against the Shadow Milk Cookie. Oh, I'm back to where I wanted to be. Okay, not seeing death anymore. Ouchie. I think these poison me too. But they're food. Everything poisons me. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. You all see this? This is crazy. There's nothing. It's just sheer cliff. It's a horrible map rotation. That's like one of the worst I've ever seen. How long until stream ends? I was planning on just ending stream once I died, because I do have to get prepared for tomorrow, but... So I would probably say maybe like 20 or 30 more minutes. Honestly, Starberry, I think you should probably just go to sleep. Regardless, because maybe I go longer for streaming. Okay. Goodbye, Starberry. Well, not right now. You said right now. You have to go. It's the only way. Wanna watch me climb? Well, at this rate, honestly, you're probably gonna watch me fall, but that's a-okay. How do I get creative with what situation has been provided to me? I could try climbing up there, but I'm not sure that's gonna do much for me. It's essentially gonna mean that instead of being stuck below here, I'm gonna be stuck on the top here, which, you know, is a big improvement, honestly. Go backflip off a cliff in game. It'll be cool. Trust. True, it will be. You're right. Yep, the joke came true. Perhaps. I'll take a look over here. And there's nothing over here. The weird thing about Peak is that the generation is not super consistent sometimes. Kind of looks like it's just a way to fall down. But there's nothing here. Cave adventure. Yeah, but if I go down, then the fog is going to start rising. That's going to be bad for me. I cannot stand on this. If I can, it's just weird. If I can stand on this specific section. Okay, there might be hope. Yeah, there's not enough. If I had extra stamina, oh yes, but I do not. I've said this before, but I watched a few other streamers play this game, and my goodness, the difference in the way that I play from some other people is incredible. Oh, I have nothing left. Well, I can hope for a vine, but ooh, that saved me. Let's go! Yippee! Okay, so I cannot go over here. I have to somehow get over there. How does getting stabbed prevent fall damage? Because, like, damage does not stack, Starberry, quite clearly. Clearly not a Peak expert. No, it does not make any sense, Starberry. It's just the way the game is programmed. Well, actually, so the way that the stabbing mechanic works for the poison is that it causes you to jump up a little bit as well. I think that jump up is what saved me, not necessarily getting poisoned. I can actually demonstrate it if I get to a thorn. That's part of the reason I was saying that this is one of the easier biomes in the game, because you could prevent fall damage by doing that, essentially, if you angle it right. Also, if I remember correctly, I got this game recently. Hold on, I think your message is... actually do that so I can see it fully. That way I'm not just reading lies. How did it... What? How did it... You know what? I'm not gonna question it. Sometimes you just find the way. Say lies? Yes. I did not want to say lies by reading your message, because I could not see the got part. You may have just said go. Lies, deceit. From the cookie reference. Where clearly you're talking about the hit game Deceit, which is essentially shut down at this point. Which is a free game. It was pretty fun too. I still find it amusing that I found Alex G before Toxic recommended it to me. Very nice music. Suitcase. Let's go. Oh, this is bad timing. Okay, I'm just gonna eat the granola bar since I'm so hungry. If only the eating in this game transferred to real life. Do not starve. They should make a game out of that. Stole the joke from my brain. That I did. Also, did Boop die? They're probably just working on art or doing something. Or maybe they left. All perfectly valid reasons. Ouchie. Ouchie. Antidote? Does that may not count for Druid's Badge? Oh, okay. I just saw him being silent and wondered. You never know. I never try to worry about it too much, because you always have your own personal reasons for not talking in the chat. It's okay to be a lurker. Believe it or not. I was just making a joke. I didn't think they died. Well, I did not actually think they died either. Barberry, it's fine. Can you use this to get rid of the poison? No! What, did I do something wrong? Was I not peeking correctly? Okay, I think what I might do... Cold land. It is cold land. I was lurking for once and felt called out. Well, no, you don't have to worry about talking at aesthetic. You're fine. I'm absolutely not gonna worry. I did not even know you were here. I'm just gonna say all the things. Why is it when I try to have a community of people who lurk and just occasionally talk, all of you are just like, no, I must speak now. I feel called out, so you know what? I'm gonna prove you right. Actually, not right, wrong. It's too late, I'm talking. You're not talking, you're texting. Hitting zingers today with the jokes. That reminds me, I just thought of a cursed stream idea. What if it was a live stream, but people could actually just speak to you? And you could hear them in your ear, and you get like 500 people at one time. That's not a that's not a sensory deprivation tank, that's just a sensory tank. You would not be able to do a thing. I'm sorry, it just felt weird, didn't want to talk anymore. Yeah, exactly. All good. If I could turn on talking, I would, and everybody would have to hear my nasally voice in the lisp. Well, oh well. Everybody's different. It do be how it do is. Do be. Alright, anybody see like a sheer cliff that's like 50 meters tall? What do I think of these great jokes at my own expense? If you're about to say my viewership count near the end of streams, that is a good answer, but that's not correct. Especially if I do like the 5-hour streams, it's a cliff. Alright, let me double check what the achievement says, so that way I can be double sure. Because I'll just try for endurance today. I'm 50 meters upwards without touching the ground. Does using the rope count as climbing? I don't know why it's called peak when they could have just called it the climax. Peak is just as funny as that word. Spaghetti, can I have the lollipop? Sure, here we go, boo. There you go. Did not ruin the silly, you're fine. I have to use the lollipop soon anyway. So. Okay, yeah, that kind of looks pretty sheer. So. Yeah, we're gonna try this. I do wish I had an energy drink, but it is a-okay. Nice stand on here. Just spam the shift bar. That counts. Oh, I saved myself twice today. That was pretty cool. Oh, not count. Well, the other possibility is... There's no way I'm going to be able to reach the dad. That was cool. It's so sad the point that this song is played. It's such a good song. That's so depressing where you see where it's played. Old. Okay, I'm gonna take the comfort balloon, and this is probably where I should end stream. This has been not great for getting the achievements, but... I had fun. The comfort balloon. Use the rope. I'm gonna use flare in the hopes that maybe this little scout guy can get some help. The bandage for the emotional support bandage, and then I'm just gonna... No, I'm just gonna... That was not even the correct backflip. Why am I succeeding at this time? He's doing it. He's doing it. He's schmoovin'. Why is he so good at doing backflips all of a sudden? Ow. Why is it when I try to die that I cannot? Come on. Here we go. Go EP now. Good night, Spaghetti. Good night, Boo. Well, I guess the scout just lived happily ever after. I guess I could not figure out why I could not do that. Anyways, so tomorrow may be just as short of a stream, but I will be getting back to doing streams that are at least 2 hours. It's been a decently long few weeks of work. So we'll see. I will be excited to be doing some longer streams again. So with that, hopefully you all have a good rest of your day. Hopefully you did / will do some productive. So long. Bye-bye.